When mixing music and voice tracks together, you might want to consider ducking or fading the music behind your voice in some places. While Audacity does not make this intuitive, there are two ways to do it. An easier way, which does not fade but simply drops the music, and a harder way, which fades the music. We'll go over both. First, we'll import our music file. Next, we'll mute the music track and record a voice track. This is a screencast on ducking music behind voice tracks in Audacity. Doing so is important for podcasts or announcements where you use music tracks and voice tracks together. As you can see, the voice track recorded from the very beginning here, but I'd like to duck it behind this section of the music here. So we'll go to the beginning of the voice track, click the voice track to make sure that it's selected, then generate silence. We'll generate 30 seconds of silence and trim it down. There's a little bit of silence here in the beginning of the music track. We'll get rid of that first. And we'll get rid of enough silence on the voice track to sync it with the area of the music that I want. Let's see how that sounds. We'll unmute the music track. On ducking music behind voice tracks in Audacity. Doing so is important for podcasts or announcements where you use music tracks and voice tracks together. Currently the music definitely drowns out my voice, so I need to fade the music while my voice track plays. The easier way to do this is using the amplify effect. We'll select the part of the music track to fade out and use Effect, Amplify, and drop it down to about -10. As you can see by the waveform, that drops the volume down in the area that we selected. Now when we play the track, you should be able to hear my voice much better. This is a screencast on ducking music behind voice tracks in Audacity. Doing so is important for podcasts or announcements where you use music tracks and voice tracks together. You can definitely hear my voice much better. However, the volume of the music track doesn't fade down and fade back up nicely. It just jumps down to a lower level and then jumps back up. If you want to create a nice fade down and fade back up effect, you have to use the envelope tool. The envelope tool is here next to the selection tool. We'll click on it to select it. And we'll insert 4 points. The first point is the fade in point, and we'll add a fade out point. Be careful to maintain a consistent volume. Now we'll add 2 inner points that indicate the volume of the music track as it plays behind my voice track. If you have difficulty editing the waveform, use the zoom tool to zoom in on the area that you're editing. If you'd like to make edits, simply place the envelope tool near one of the markers and drag the marker up and down. If you have a quiet voice like mine, you may also want to increase the gain on your voice track. After using the envelope tool on the music track and the gain tool on the voice track, you should end up with an audio file that nicely fades the music behind your voice. This is a screencast on ducking music behind voice tracks in Audacity. Doing so is important for podcasts or announcements where you use music tracks and voice tracks together.